Have you found that the texts of the interviews with you, which have been published, are accurate to the actual conversations?
No. No, that's another reason for I don't really give press interviews or anything, because, you know, I mean, even if you do something, there are a lot of people here so they know what's going on, but like if you just do it with one guy or a few guys, they just take it all out of context, you know? They just take it, split it up in the middle, or just take what they want to use, and they ask you a question and you answer it, and then it comes out in print that they just substitute another question for your answer. That makes you just sound like the way it's not really truthful.
You walk into the room with a pencil in your hand. See somebody naked. Say, who is that man? You try so hard, but you don't understand just what you will say when you get home. Yes, because you know something is happening here, but you don't know what is. Do you, Mr. Jones?
Paul, how often have you taken LSD?
About 4 times.
And where did you get it from?
So, you know, I mean, if I was to say where I got it from, you know, it's illegal and everything. It's silly to say that, you know, so I'd rather not say that.
Don't you believe that this was a matter which you should have kept private?
But the thing is, you know, that I was asked a question by a newspaper, and the decision was whether to tell a lie or to tell him the truth, you know. I decided to tell him the truth. But I really didn't want to say anything, you know, because if I'd had my decision, you know, if I had it my way, I wouldn't have told anyone, you know, because I'm not trying to spread the word about this. But the man from the newspaper is the man from the mass medium, you know. I'll keep it a personal thing. If he does too, you know, if he keeps it quiet. But he wanted to spread it, so it's his responsibility, you know, for spreading it, not mine.
People have been talking about responsibility for a long time, about pop singers generally. Everybody in the public eye has a responsibility. I'm not quite sure if this responsibility is quite as great as they make out, because I believe that individuals really make their own minds up more than people think. They really don't follow that much. You know, I mean, if they'd have followed Paul McCartney, you know, if all the Beatle fans in the world had followed Paul McCartney, they would have taken acid by now, which I'm sure isn't the case.
But you're a public figure, and you said it in the first place, and you must have known that it would have made the newspapers.
Yes, but to say it, you know, is only to tell the truth. I'm telling the truth, you know. I don't know what everyone's so angry about.
Or do you think you have now encouraged your fans to take drugs?
I don't think it'll make any difference, you know. I don't think my fans are going to take drugs just because I did, you know. But the thing is, that's not the point anyway, you know. I was asked whether I had or not. And then from then on, the whole bit about how far it's going to go and how many people it's going to encourage is up to the newspapers and up to you, you know, on television. I mean, you're spreading this now at this moment. This is going into all the homes, you know, in Britain. And I'd rather it didn't, you know. But you're asking me the question. You want me to be honest. I'll be honest, you know.
But as a public figure, surely you've got a responsibility to lots and
No,
lots
it's
of
you've
teenagers.
got the responsibility. You've got the responsibility not to spread this now. You know, I'm quite prepared to keep it as a very personal thing, if you will too.
Walk in so politely. You say, is this where it is? Somebody points to you and says it's his. And you say, what's mine? And somebody else says, well, what is? And you say, oh my God, am I here all alone? Yes, ma'am, something is happening. And
meet somebody, what is your attitude towards them?
I don't like them.
You don't?
No.
I mean, if I come in here, what's your attitude towards me?
No, I haven't got an attitude towards you at all. Why should I have an attitude towards you? I don't even know you.
No, but I mean, and it'd be an attitude if you wanted to know me or didn't want to know me.
Well, why should I want to know you?
I don't know, and that's what I'm asking.
Well, I don't know. Ask me another question. You give me a reason why I should want to know you.
I might be worth knowing.
Why?
Huh?
Why? Tell me why. What good is it going to be for me to know you? Tell me. Name me one thing I'm going to gain.
Well, you might learn something from my attitude to life.
Well, what is your attitude to life?
Huh? I can't explain that in 2 minutes.
Well, what are you asking me to explain in 2 minutes? That's all you're getting is 2 minutes. You're asking me to explain something in 2 minutes, too.
But you're the artist. You're supposed to be able to explain it in 2 minutes.
I'd like to address this to John and Paul. You write a lot of stuff that other people steal from you and also purchase from you in different arrangements, Ella Fitzgerald and a lot of these Boston Pops and stuff like that. When you listen to this on the radio or records and stuff, how do you feel about them using your pieces and changing them around to suit their styles?
Depends how they do it, you know. The thing is, they don't steal it.
No, I know that.
Well, you just said they did.
Well, sometimes.
Do you prefer songs with a subtle or obvious message?
With a what?
A subtle or obvious message.
I don't really prefer those kind of songs at all. A message, you mean like, what song with a message?
Well, like Eve of Destruction and things like that.
Do I prefer that to what?
I don't know, but your songs are supposed to have a subtle message.
Subtle message?
Well, they're supposed to.
Where'd you hear that?
In a movie magazine.
Your hand in your money to go watch the geek who suddenly walks up to you when he hears you speak, saying, how does it feel to be such a freak? And you say, impossible, as he hands you a bone. Yes, but you know something is happening. It's just that you don't know what it is. Isn't that right, Mr. John?
But anyway, that's not the kind of thing that's going.
I am, yes, you know, even though it's not, I never meant what people think I meant by it. I'm still sorry I opened my mouth.
That the Beatles are more popular than Christ?
When I was talking about it, it was very close and intimate with this person that I know who happens to be a reporter. And I was using expressions on things that I just read and derived about Christianity. Only I was saying it in the simplest form that I know, which is the natural way I talk. They're more popular than Jesus and so and so and so and so. But she took them, and people that know me took them exactly as it was, because they know that's how I talk, you know.
It was taken too literally, yeah.
Maybe one of us said that, but I didn't. It was me. Well, you know about that anyway, you know. I mean, we could say a thing about, like John's religious thing in England, and it wouldn't be taken up and misinterpreted quite as much as it tends to get here a bit. You know, I mean, you know it does, but it was.
To say it again and again.
The,
It up a bit.
the thing is, I think, you know, you can say things like that in England, and people will listen a bit more than they do in America, because in America somebody will take it up and use it completely against you, and not have many scruples about doing that. And I don't know. You know, I'm probably putting my foot in it saying that, but
Straight like that, I can't imagine that, you know, I got the other way, except for if it had said television is more popular than Jesus, I might have got away with it. In fact, in reference to England, that we meant more to kids than Jesus did, or religion at that time. I wasn't knocking it or putting it down, I was just saying it as a fact. And it is true, especially more for England than here. Saying that we're better or greater, or comparing us with Jesus Christ as a person, or God as a thing, or whatever it is. You know, I just said what I said and it was wrong, or was taken wrong, and now it's all this.
What don't you like about America?
What don't you like about America?
You, only kidding, only kidding. Just a joke, sir, just a joke, sir.
You have many contacts out there among the lumberjack to get you back when someone attacks your imagination. But nobody has any respect. Anyway, they already expect you just to take your check over to tax-deductible charity organization.
They've said that you must be the ultimate beatnik.
What do you think? Just, I won't tell anybody what you say. What do you think?
Not your personal comment.
No, what do you think?
I have no opinion about that.
Well, why?
Because I haven't heard you sing, actually.
You've never heard me sing. And here you are sitting here and asking me all these questions.
Tomorrow Never Comes is the last cut on the second side, right?
Tomorrow Never Knows.
Tomorrow Never Knows, thank you.
Can you just suck your glasses for 1 second? Just put them in your mouth for 1 second. Put the corner of your glasses in your mouth. That's it. Just suck your glasses.
One of your countrymen was here yesterday or the day before he returned to England, or on his arrival in England. He said he thought American women were out of style for not wearing miniskirts, and that because they didn't wear miniskirts, their legs were ugly. I'd like to ask you what you think about American women's legs.
Well, if they don't wear miniskirts,
London.
how does he know their legs are ugly?
How many people who labor in the same musical vineyard in which you toil, how many are protest singers? That is, people who use their music and use the songs to protest the social state in which we live today, the matter of war, the matter of crime, or whatever it might be.
How many?
Yes. Are there many who do?
Yeah, I think there's about 136.
You say about 136? Or do you mean exactly 136?
It's either 136 or 142.
You've been through all of F. Scott Fitzgerald's books. You're very well read. It's well known. Yes, but something is happening now, and you don't know what it is. Do you, Mr. Jones?
I've never been in Time Magazine. I don't need Time Magazine. And I don't think I'm a folk singer. You'll probably call me a folk singer, but, you know, the other people know better. Because the people that, you know, that buy my records, listen to me, don't necessarily read Time Magazine. You know, the audience that subscribe to Time Magazine, the audience of the people that want to know what's happening in the world week by week, the people that work during the day and can read it, it's small, right, and it's concise, and there's pictures in it. I mean, those kind of, you know, those, a certain class of people, it's a class of people that take the magazine seriously. I mean, sure, I can read it, you know, and I read it on the airplanes, but I don't take it seriously. If I want to find out anything, I'm not going to read Time Magazine. I'm not going to read Newsweek. I'm not going to read any of these magazines. I mean, because they just got too much to lose by printing the truth. You know that.
I mean, when somebody comes in to interview you, normally, what's your attitude?
Oh, you just read those interviews that were a couple of the first few days I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, those weren't right. You know that, right? You know that was all lies,
Well, I
lies
don't know.
and rubbish.
I
you know that.
Do you care about what you're saying?
How can I answer that if you got the nerve to ask me?
Well, then you how can
I mean, you got a lot of nerve asking me a question like that.
I have to ask
Do you ask the Beatles that?
I have to ask you that because you have the nerve to question whether I care.
I'm not questioning you because I don't expect any answer from you.
You walk in the room like a camel and then you drown. Put your eyes in your pockets and your nose in the ground. Oh, be law against you coming around. You should be made to be carrying at all times a telephone.
songs ever about real people, like, you know, occasional poetry?
Sure they are. They're all about real people.
Particular one?
Particular people? Sure. I'm sure you've seen all the people in my songs at one time or another.
Who's Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones, I'm not going to tell you his first name. I get sued.
What does he do for a living?
He's a pin boy. He also wears suspenders.
Can you explain your attraction as a performer and a writer?
Attraction to what?
Your attraction. Your popularity, your mass popularity.
No. I really have no idea. That's the truth. I always tell the truth. That is the truth.